Hey, I want to talk to you about how to take a breath when things get crazy. So many times we're like, okay, well, how do I stop any kind of emotional vortex that I get into? How do I stop anger? How do I stop fear? How do I stop a situation from getting out of control? How do I stop myself from getting out of control? There's one way to really do that, and that is deep breaths. There's something about breathing that just really resets your energy. I mean, really, just try it while you're listening to me right now. Doesn't breathing just calm you down? Just do it right now. Breathe into your belly, all the way down here. Maybe make it slower and quicker, or pause between the breaths, pause on the in-breath, pause on the out-breath as you listen to this video. And watch how you calm down. As you do this, you're just breathing, and watch how it just kind of puts your body into a masterful state. It really does put your body into a masterful state. And pauses between the breath even make it more profound. You pause on the in-breath, you pause on the out-breath. And when you do this, it actually puts you into an altered state very quickly. It's actually very quick. And you don't have to sit in the lotus position for a half an hour to get to this state. You can get to it really quick. And just keep doing that. If you want to take it to another level, make it like a snoring breath, where you snore like right in here, right into the top of your nose, into your forehead. You snore. And then you let the breath out through your nose slowly. Let the breath out. And you pause between each breath. And what you're doing when you do this is you're simulating sleep. You're simulating how your body breathes when it's asleep. I'm going to do another video talking about how to put yourself into an altered state immediately with your breath. But I just wanted to use this demonstration, this talk right in this moment, just to explain to you that this is a way to stop yourself from doing anything dumb. When you're angry, this is a way to stop yourself from saying anything you'll regret when you're in the midst of a heated argument or a heated feeling moment, or going into fear and then being irrational because of the fear. So, breathe. When you get upset, breathe. Somebody's pissing you off, breathe and go silent. Never have a conversation when you're angry. Never have a conversation when you're afraid and you're not, or making decisions when you're afraid or angry. Never make a decision or say anything when you're in any kind of a heightened negative emotion, because you lose IQ points. It's like being angry equals being really dumb. Like, you lose all your intelligence when you're really angry. You also lose your intelligence when you're in fear. I know the fear is a fight or flight thing, and there is a certain intelligence that kicks in to keep you safe. However, a lot of times you're not making a very intelligent decision if you're in a fight or flight mode. So, try to ground yourself. This breathing is very grounding. This breathing sets you into a position of being in a masterful state while you deal with whatever's going on. So you only speak, you only act when you are in a calm state. Even if it's a tough subject, even if it's a tough emotion, even if it's a tough situation, even if you're trying to enforce a boundary with someone who does not seem to want to honor your boundaries, it gets a little testing. if that happens, you have to be in a really masterful state to be able to do it gracefully. Otherwise, when you're afraid or when you're angry, it seems like you're kind of scattered and floundering, and it's haphazard and it's not accurate, it's not precise. When you breathe, whatever you say is precise, whatever your actions are, they're precise. So just keep breathing this right now while I'm talking, and you can see how your body is just calming down. It's almost like it brings your intelligence back in. It's like your body is not very smart while it's angry or in fear, but as soon as you breathe, it's like all the intelligence comes back. The masterfulness comes back. The God self comes back. So don't give in. Don't give in to the tendency to lash out, the tendency to run away, the tendency to not deal with. Somebody might think you're not dealing with it if you say, you know what, I need 5 or 10 minutes to go and breathe, and then I can talk about this with you. Maybe a half an hour. They might think you're running away, but just tell them I'm not running away. We're going to deal with this, but I need to be in a more grounded state before we have a conversation, okay? And most people would be like, okay, yeah, I should probably go count to 100 too. So let yourself do what you need to do in order not to have a big drama that's actually unnecessary. You don't have to have a big, terrible drama to get this taken care of. But if you are mature and you lead in a way that makes it so that a masterful conversation can happen, even if the other person isn't in a masterful state, if they're not in a calm state, if they haven't done some breathing, you might suggest it to them. Go breathe for half an hour and then we'll talk. Or go breathe for 5 minutes. And then meditate while you're doing this. And let the answers drop in. There's all these answers that just drop in. Like, okay, this is how to solve this problem. Or this is more insight into how that person feels and why they're acting the way they are. Or speaking of, or maybe this really is the time for this person not to be in my life anymore, because they're just, this is the 5th time I've asked for this boundary, which 5 times is too many. I give it 1 time I ask nicely, 2 times I'm still asking nicely, but I'm getting a little more firm. 3rd time I'm getting a little irritable, and I'll express, you know, hey, you're treading on thin ice now. My boundaries are this, and that's got to be honored, or you don't get to stay in my life. 4th time, they're out of there. I'm just like, you know. And some things are 0 tolerance. I mean, just 0. There's some levels of people's actions that are just not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And if they even do that or say that, they're just not even mature enough to even, you know, work on it for 2 years and come back. It's kind of the feeling. If, you know, if you mature a little bit more, then I'll be interested in talking to you again. But the breath, it's like a secret technique. It's like a secret Jedi mind technique to get yourself into the Force. It's like you have it in your back pocket all the time. It's always there. This ability to breathe and totally make everything really clear. Now that you've been breathing for a little while and doing these deep breaths while I've been talking, have you noticed anything different? What do you feel different? Do you feel calmer? Does your body feel more relaxed? Do you hear my words a little more clearly? Does it make more sense? Look around the room. Do all the colors look a little brighter? Do everything look a little more clear? So you see what I'm talking about right here, right? Just this breathing. It's your secret weapon against emotional spinouts, and it'll take you far. It'll take you to the masterful level of solving whatever problem it is that you're having with someone, or whatever problem it is in any given situation. It'll solve it, or make it so that you can solve it in a masterful way. Because you can solve problems with a really scattered, chaotic, not very masterful way. But those don't feel nearly as good or nearly as proud of yourself as it does when you do it in a masterful way. So next time you get a blowout coming on, you get an anxiety attack, next time you feel panic, next time you feel anger, next time you feel frustration, even depression, next time you feel depression, breathe. Just breathe for 5 minutes, even 1 minute. Just breathe and see how it changes. It changes really fast. You'll see. I promise. I promise. Just try it. Okay? And every day there's like a weird feeling that comes through, right? That you don't want to feel, that isn't one you want. So you have a chance to try this every day. Okay. Well, you take care, 007 Secret Agents of Love. My heart to yours.